I am 30 weeks pregnant today, and I feel so amazing about that. I don't know, it's just the getting into the threes. It just feels like it's sort of a milestone, and I have this real sense that it's like 10 weeks and counting now, and could be even less. So before I know it, I'm going to be meeting this baby, and I feel so excited about it. The baby at this point is about 3 pounds and between 16 and 17 inches long. And I'm definitely feeling that her size is pretty substantial because even just standing there, I have a sense of the amount of space she takes up in my body. That's different for me. You know, you always know the baby's there and you know you're pregnant, but I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like she's taking up space, and I can tell that there's another body inside of mine. So yeah, I'm definitely telling that she's getting very large. Also, her eyes are completely open this week, which is really cute for me to imagine, and according to what I read, they are able to see now too, which I know it's pretty dark in the womb, but the fact that her eyes are able to see is really cool. So this week I had my 29-week OB appointment, and it went really well, pretty uneventful. So far my pregnancy has been really smooth sailing and fairly uncomplicated, so those appointments are generally quick. But what was the coolest thing about this appointment is I got to find out the position of my baby. So one of the things I've really been thinking about trying to figure out is, where is she positioned? Now I know that she's still able to move a lot, but since she's so big and I'm able to feel where her body is, I'm always curious. Is that a head I'm feeling? Is it a butt? Are those legs? Are those hands? So it was really cool for me for the doctor to be able to confirm what position she's in, so that now I'm able to recognize what I'm feeling and go back in there and feel it. So we did determine that at least when I went in for my appointment, she was head down, and her back was to the left side of me. So her back was kind of along the left side of my belly, her head was down, and her feet her knees were bent and kind of in a fetal position. So instead of her legs being straight out, you know, next to her head, they're kind of bent, like in that classic fetal position, which makes a lot of sense because I've been feeling kicks sort of high up on my right side, and it feels more like knee jabs and kicks. Like, it makes sense that her knees are bent. So that, I don't know, it's just a really cool feeling to know how she was lying, because it made me, you know, able to envision it or something like that. Also this week was really cool is that my mom is here. Both of my parents are here, and it's the first time that they've seen me since I've been pregnant. So that was really exciting thing for me this week, and for them, I'm sure too, to be able to see their daughter pregnant and sort of feel the baby kick and meet their granddaughter, at least while she's in the womb. It's been a really fun week, and my mom was actually able to come with me to my OB appointment, and that was really fun. And since my mom was there, the doctor was like, oh, do you want to record the heartbeat? You know, so you have a record of that, and so you can show your husband when you go back. She's like, okay. So we did get a little recording of the heartbeat at the OB appointment, and I will insert just a little clip of that right here. The heartbeat was really great, about 140, 150 range, perfectly normal, healthy. The baby is moving a lot, which is a really good sign, especially considering that I'm a type 1 diabetic and could be high-risk pregnancy. Movement is one of the best indicators that the baby's thriving in there. So that's really good that she is very active and normal and all those things. Other than that, my symptoms this week have all been centered around the fact that my belly seems to be getting huge. I feel like she must have gone through a growth spurt or something, because my belly just went like it shot out, and my stretch marks got worse, and everyone around me, like my husband, he's like, yeah, your belly really shot out. Like, how much bigger can it get? He didn't say it in a mean way or anything, but it's like, wow, it's like amazing to think about the fact that you still have 10 weeks. How much further out can your belly go, you know? Like, so I think to the people around me, my belly is looking pretty big. And we've definitely had fun all week. Like, I'll sit there with my shirt up and you can just watch my belly move like that, and that's been really cool for my parents to get to see. So yeah, all my symptoms have been about how big I'm getting, and that means it's a lot less comfortable to sit down, to stand up. Once I've been sitting and then I have to get up, it's always like a, ugh, you know, you feel like that. And then sleeping is just getting incredibly uncomfortable more and more all the time. Uh, you know, you finally, you know, pick a side and you get sort of comfortable, and then you get to a point where you're like, okay, I really want to roll over to the other side. Is it worth it? You know, is it worth going through the hassle of rolling over? Because it's really difficult to roll over now too. It's kind of like a production every time I want to roll from my left side to my right side. So that's been fun, and kind of, yeah, it's to be expected with pregnancy. The heartburn is still there sometimes, but I feel like, so I did get a tip from one of my viewers to drink peppermint tea after eating, and I do think that that helps, definitely, to drink the peppermint tea. So I think that I have a couple techniques I can use to reduce the heartburn. It's definitely still there. I get it sometimes. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful about, I don't think it'll get to the point where it's unbearable or I don't have like a way to make it any better. And that peppermint tea definitely has been soothing. Regarding blood sugars and diabetes symptoms, not much has changed. So just, again, I'm 30 weeks pregnant now, so overall I'm taking way more insulin than I was before I was pregnant. Sometimes, like, when I give myself my shots, I just feel like I'm taking a huge amount, like way more than I would have taken before I was pregnant. So there's that, but that's been going on for a while now. Like, I think, for example, I used to take 4 units of R insulin for breakfast, and now I take 10. So that's pretty significant, and I don't even eat, I just eat eggs and like 6 carbs from my kale shake. So yeah, from 4 units of insulin to 10, that's pretty substantial increase. But my blood sugars I'm really happy with. I feel like I've gotten to a point where I know what to expect now. I feel sort of on top of things, and I have a system and it works, and I've been really pleased with my blood sugars. I still get the occasional high. If I eat something unpredictable, maybe my blood sugar will go up to 150, but that's nothing. Like, before I got pregnant, if you would have told me that 150 was a high number, I would have thought you were crazy. So yeah, I'm really grateful that that's what my new high is, 150. I think that's totally manageable, and if that's as high as it goes, I really don't think I have anything to worry about for this pregnancy. Likewise, I get lows sometimes. Not usually much below 50, but occasionally I'll get numbers in the 40s, and I just try to correct them as soon as possible. I don't think it's healthy for the baby, you know, if my blood sugar's low. I don't think that's healthy any more than I think a high blood sugar is healthy. So obviously the goal is to keep it at like 80 as much as possible. But yeah, so I still have highs and lows. I'm taking tons more insulin, but besides that, I'm doing really well. I'm feeling really encouraged in the fact that I've gotten this far. This is so possible, guys. I don't know if any of you diabetics out there can relate, but from the moment I was diagnosed, I was just bombarded with this idea that it was impossible to get pregnant or to have a healthy pregnancy, and just all the negativity. It's like, okay, well, there's a really high miscarriage rate, so if you can manage to get past the first trimester, oh, well, then, you know, your baby's going to grow too big, or this or that. There's just this long list of complications that people are always telling you to expect if you're diabetic. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way, especially with really close monitoring of your blood sugars. It's totally possible, and I'm beyond grateful every single day that I've been able to get this far, and my pregnancy has gone so smoothly. And I'm a type 1 diabetic. I'm diabetic, and I'm doing it, and it's working. So it's totally possible for you guys too, and I hope that you find some encouragement from watching me go through this. So alright, I think that's it for the update today, and I will go ahead and show you my belly, which is just expanding more and more. It seems like every day it's getting bigger. So yeah, I'll do my quick 30-week belly shot. See, I'm getting more stretch marks on the bottom here, but that's a-okay with me. Alright guys, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I am currently like this close to finishing my nursery. It's just those finishing touches that I'm doing. Maybe the next couple of weeks here, I will have an updated nursery tour, so that's really exciting. Once it's all set up, I will do a nursery video, and after, finished nursery video. So until then, I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope your pregnancies are going well. I hope your blood sugars are cool. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave those below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.